Where have I been? What's the future of this channel? How exactly does a posi track rear end on a Plymouth work? Well, I can't answer that last question.
It just does.
I can answer the first two. But before we get into that, like this video and share it with your closest buddies or your neighbor or your grandma, even though none of them probably care. Unfortunately. Number one, where have I been? Living my life, man. Get off my back. How dare you even ask me something like that? I brought it up. Truth is, I just haven't put in the time to dedicate to this channel like I should. And growing my business, I've been working at the fire station. I have been a dad and a husband and all this stuff that comes with life. But no more. I'm putting all that aside. It's not important to me. This channel is important to me. And getting videos out to you fine people is number one on my priority list. Forget everything else. Don't turn the video off yet. I'm not a terrible person. I just like to make some bad jokes every once in a while. But what's the future of this channel? We have projects, we have lawn stuff, we have landscaping stuff, we have DIY builds. That's right, we've got some DIY builds. I'm actually going to talk to you about that in this video here in just a little bit. We are actually getting back and better than ever, and I promise you that. I mean that wholeheartedly. I know you're questioning me. You're sitting here looking at me like, what's this guy talking about? He has not put out a video in like 6 months, and before that it was like 2 months before that, and before that another 2 months. We are back, and if you don't believe me, I'm going to show you right now. Can you feel that sun? I know you can feel it through the camera. This is the tits. Feels so good to be back out here on the lawn, and I am going to really quickly run you through all my projects that I've got planned for this year. Now, aside from the typical mowing, ferting, all that good content, and I'm going to do a lot of that, we also have a lot of other projects. As you see behind me, my driveway is gravel, and it's not a very tidy gravel. As you see, it is rough. So the plan is actually to do concrete this spring. Hopefully that works out. If it does, awesome, and I will film that. If not, we're at least going to get this all cleaned up. And even if we concrete the driveway, this little parking pad over here for my trailer is actually going to stay gravel. And in doing so, I am going to do a little parking pad. So I'm going to put some timbers or something, make it perfectly square so it's nice and neat, and the gravel stays where it needs to stay. This part of my yard had a concrete truck drive through it to do our back patio, and I'll show you that here in just a second. But we had to do some patchwork late fall, like right before winter, and it didn't come in the way I hoped. So spring seeding, here we come. I have an Irrigreen sprinkler head right here. I also have another one over there, and I don't need one over there exactly because it reaches way further than I need to. I'm eventually going to put a shed over there, and so I don't need it to water that. I do need it to water up here, and it doesn't quite hit some of the spots right up here in front of these trees. So I'm thinking about moving that sprinkler head right here so it covers everything that I need. Hi, buddy. Lots of mulch bed action, lots of edging, because you know I love to edge. And another thing I really like is a good set of curves. There's nothing like it. But right here we've got straight edges all the way around here that the chickens have actually destroyed the mulch and the edge. We're going to tidy this up. We're going to put a nice shape on here, and we're going to do some landscaping, and we are going to make this money. So one thing's for certain, I know my grass is a work in progress, and that is why you need to stay tuned so we can get this dialed in. I have the best looking concrete in the entire world. Shoo! So we put this patio in the fall, which is why all of this grass around here needs some work, because we had to bring in a lot of topsoil. We had to basically cover the tracks from the concrete truck because it absolutely got destroyed. But this concrete, this stamped concrete, is next level. Now, one thing I want to do on this channel, in addition to all the lawn and landscaping, is some outdoor DIY builds, because everyone knows in order to really get the most out of your lawn, you got to sit and be able to enjoy it. So outdoor DIY builds, let's talk about it. I screened this porch in last year, and it turned out really, really well, and we use it all the time. Another thing that I did, I actually built an L-shaped sectional at our last house, and it turned out awesome. It's so good for a fraction of the cost you could get something at the store, and I had to adjust it for this porch because it didn't fit. So I actually turned the L-shaped sectional into a couch and a chair. Now this chair only took me about 2 hours-ish to make. It is so easy, and anyone can do it, honestly. And It's built really well, it's sturdy, and I'll be honest with you, you put the right cushion on here, it is super comfortable. This is my favorite chair in the entire house, and I truly mean that. I like sitting here. I've got a fire table right here that the camera's sitting on, and I like coming here at night and just relaxing. So nice. So if you're interested in the L-shaped build, I filmed that like 4 years ago. Never posted it, never edited the footage. If you're interested in that, leave a comment down below and I'll try to find it and post that footage. And then in addition to that, I am considering building 2 more of these because I have 2 cushions left over, and putting them down here somewhere. So if you're interested in that, let me know. And then this front porch swing right here is actually something that I built myself as well. It has a twin mattress on it, and it's basically like a swinging day bed. It's awesome. We love this thing. You got to pile it up with cushions. You can lay on this. It's a perfect spot to take a nap. I like to drink my coffee here in the mornings, and you can just swing and swing on this. Another thing I wish I had filmed the build of. Now for the fun stuff. The grass. So if you can't tell on this camera, we have a lot of work to do. We really do. And I am actually excited about it. And so one of the biggest things that I'm excited to work on is actually this area right here. Now, I have not showed this on video, but right over here, I actually have a putting green. It is a bent grass putting green, and I've not got it dialed in. I haven't taken care of it. I haven't done what I needed to do with it, but it's actually kind of a good thing at this point because I am actually going to move it from right here to right here. Now the reason why I'm going to move it, it is actually, of course, it is literally the only spot that is shaded right here from this tree. But it basically comes right here and touches from this side to this side. Now I don't love that because the only way to get the zero turn or a golf cart or my kids' toys from one side of the lawn to the other is to go over the putting green. Not a huge deal, but eventually it could cause issues. And I'm actually moving it to right over here. It's a better spot, it drains better naturally, and it's actually a more flatter spot up here, and it's out of the way, so I can still mow normal. Kids can ride their toys through here. So I'm pretty excited for that. I'm also pretty excited to add another Irrigreen head. I love these Irrigreen heads. I've got one right here, and I actually was not planning on having grass over there, so I don't even have anything sprinkled in that section where the putting green's going. So before I do that, I've got to connect another head, run a line over there, and that is going to be watered. So that'll be a project in itself, adding an Irrigreen head to an existing line. And then a big thing that I'm dialing in this year is all of my landscape beds. So I've got this landscape bed I cut in last year, and I need to tidy it up. I've got some funky disease going on with these bushes, but I'm actually going to make this wider. I'm going to bring it down further and out further because one thing I want, I've got plenty of lawn here I can get rid of, not get rid of, but take away from, to have really, really, really nice, tidy, clean, crispy landscaping. Got to get rid of my junk here, but I'm going to do some landscaping a little bit at a time. I'll probably do this section here with plants and shrubs and trees and stuff. And then eventually I'll move on to this over here, and then I'll do the other side of the house. But one section at a time, I want it to look really, really nice. And if this isn't a perfect example of me not finishing a lot of the projects that I've started, this entire bed has these slate rocks all over it, except for this little section. I ran out and I never went and got any more. So got to take care of that. It is not looking super great. It has taken a beating. The deer have been laying all over this. As you can see, it is matted down and really struggling. They have done a number on this entire front yard. And so one of the first things I'm going to do, I'm going to film a video on this actually, but look at this, just no good. So that's what I've got. That's what I've got going on. That's what I've got planned. It probably doesn't seem like as much as is actually planned. I have a list of like 100 things that I need to do, from leveling to seeding some different areas, to landscaping some different areas, to planting new plants, to doing all the things that come with lawn and landscaping. So if you're interested in all that, stay tuned. It is time to get busy, and I mean it. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish taking down my Christmas lights, because doesn't everybody wait till almost March to take the Christmas lights down. Whoops.
Off my popsicle, huh?
Claire, why don't you want a marshmallow? I got